It's Ashley Ann.
Hello.
Thanks for sitting down with us.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for
Now,
having me.
this is your third CMA Fest?
This is my second.
Second. All right, how's it feel?
I mean, it feels like the last one was literally yesterday.
Right.
Like this last year has flown by, and it makes me realize, like, oh, this is why they call it a 10-year town, because every day, like, years go by and you feel like it's been a second. So just like definitely soaking in last year. It was so much fun. I mean, I had the best time. That was even my first time attending CMA Fest.
Yeah.
I had never even been. So, and then the way that they've done it kind of differently this year, I'm like adjusting, but
I was just getting used to it.
hoping that it goes all smoothly, you know?
I'm sure it will. Now, 90,000 country music fans are hitting Broadway to see all these amazing acts. As a performer, what does it mean to have so many people coming out to support live music?
I think it means everything, because I think we spend all of our time, year round in Nashville, and we're working so hard towards moments like this. Like, I think I can speak for other artists when I say that. I look forward to this, months before it's happening, and I think it's so fun. It's a good opportunity to meet people, especially like the meet and greets and even the show. It's a good opportunity to reach those people that aren't necessarily catching you when you're in, random middle of nowhere Ohio. Like, I think it's just like one collective place we can all come and enjoy what we all are most passionate about. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that it's a perfect place. I mean, Nashville, Music City, I think it's just like magical for country music artists and for fans. I mean, I've even talking to some of the meet and greet people. Like, people are so stoked to be here, and they're going through every single line, getting all of the autographs, and I just think it's so fun for everybody. It's just as fun for us. So I'm definitely just so thankful that I even get to be a part of it. I don't take that for granted. It's a beautiful thing. So yeah, I'm very blessed.
It's hard to get all these amazing artists in one spot for
Gosh,
any
yeah,
period of
it's
time.
nuts. Even like the parking, I'm like, this is just take me where I need to go. Like, I don't know, I'll get lost.
Now, last year when we spoke, we talked about Dear Dolly. And this is the most important question I'm going to ask you this whole interview. Has Dolly heard it, and have you met her yet?
All the time I get this question. I have not met Dolly Parton. You would have heard about it. Y'all would have heard about it if I met her. And I don't know if she's heard the song. I'm not positive.
I'm sure she's been tagged.
I mean, she
bazillion times.
has a fax machine. She doesn't even have a phone. So I don't know how you would go about that. I'm almost positive people on her team have heard it. We've been in contact with some people on her team, but I mean, the song was almost 2 years ago now. So I kind of just
Gotcha.
I mean, it's touched so many people. It's done what it's needed to do. I'm not upset about anything. I'm just happy to be here and keep putting out new music. So,
Okay. Speaking of new music, Lead a Horse to Water.
Lead a horse to water.
Just the epitome of you can't force love.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely it's funny because I didn't even write that about like a boy or anything. I wrote it about a family member.
Oh, wow.
And I just felt like there's a different kind of pain when you're just like giving your all, and it's like actually draining and tiring to love someone so hard and then not feel like you're getting anything in return. I mean, I think it's a pain like no other, honestly. I think a mutual breakup, all these other types of losses, I would say are shorter recovery times than I've given literally everything to you and you've given me nothing back, or even just like second chance after second chance and you are not, living up to your word. Like, that kind of betrayal, I think, is super painful, and I don't think a lot of people have written about it. I haven't heard many songs about like that specific unique type of loss. And I had experienced it with a family member just throughout my whole entire life, and I just felt like I had the title Lead a Horse to Water, but you can't make him drink, and I had that in my phone for a while, and I remember trying to figure out what to do with it, and it just like came to me one day. I was like, it is the epitome of not being able to force someone to love you back. And sometimes like loving someone so much and giving someone everything doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to give it back. It doesn't work that way. Humans don't work that way. And I think it's all just like a learning curve too. You don't want to take trust issues into your next relationships, your next friendships, whatever, your partnerships. You don't want to take trust issues into that because somebody has betrayed you, because then all the things that you could miss out on, and I'm such that kind of person at heart where like I could get my heart broken 20 million times and I will still show up and love so hard. And I think it's you can't get into a cocoon and be like, I have trust issues because I've been hurt so many times. I feel like the best thing you can do is continue to be yourself and continue to put yourself out there. because then the right person will come to you, you know? So I think that song is so special to me just because it was kind of the first time that I've really touched on a topic as far as my family goes. And that is a whole story that I'm, waiting to kind of unpack and unfold as I grow my audience and as I grow connections with people who are listening. And it's a story that I want to tell at some point, but I think that was a really good stepping stone into telling that story, not giving away too much, and also just keeping it relatable enough so people could use it for their boyfriend breakups or their friendship breakups. It goes all ways. It's universal. It's not just one type of person.
That's the power of an amazing song like that. You wrote it about a family thing, but it's also usually a relationship or with a friend. And the thing with love is like the lows, they hurt more than anything. But that's also what prepares you for the highs and the
for sure.
For
sure. And it can also feel so isolating because when you're just when it's a relationship of two people, any type of relationship, it can feel so isolating when you don't feel like you're getting that in return because you just feel like you're kind of alone in a two-way tango, and that's just a really dark place to be. So I think that writing that song definitely helped me a lot, release a lot of that isolation that I felt with that family member, just feeling like I was giving so much, and also made me feel like I was choosing myself. It was empowering to write about it, to release it. It was definitely empowering because I felt like I could heal a little bit and move on from it more so than maybe before. That's what writing is to me, all in all, is just a coping mechanism at the end of the day. It's like therapy. So that was definitely a really special song to me. I think it always will.
Music is healing.
For sure.
Now, you're a Virginia girl. For the longest time, it's like we had the Carters and we had Roy Clark. And then for a while there, it's just like we didn't hear much coming from Virginia. Now we got 49 Winchester, we got Maggie Anton, we got Oliver Anthony, and now you too. Speak to I feel like Virginia has enough to say in the country music sphere.
For sure. I think Virginia is the epitome of, and I tell people this all the time because I think there's maybe a preconceived notion about Virginia where it's maybe it's part of New England, which it's absolutely not, or maybe it's Southern, or maybe it's, and I'm from the beach, so originally being from a coastal town, that's a whole other
thing.
situation, but then 20 minutes outside of my town is just country, and it's just, we go out and we ride horses and we do all those things, and I feel like the mountains being there too, you have all three, you have the beach, you have the country, and you have the mountains. And I feel like that is where all of us Virginia folk get our inspiration from, is just I'm such an environment person. Even Tennessee doesn't fill my cup. I'm so obsessed with nature, and I feel more grounded, than ever when I'm just out looking at the water or out on a mountain. And I love walking around barefoot. I'm the weird girl that. But I think that speaks a lot to our inspiration as Virginia people, is where we come from, and our motto is Virginia is for lovers. And I think it's so true. Even when I have friends from here, or my boyfriend, or anybody that I bring from here that's not from Virginia, and I bring them home, people are so nice here. Every person you walk by on the street, you are saying hi to, and they are saying hi to you, and you might stop and talk. And in my town, everybody knows everybody, which is a blessing and a curse for sure, but you definitely will see somebody walking down the street. So it's always just been we're an inviting community, I think, and I think that a lot of our inspiration comes from our environment and just being on the coast, having the country, and having the mountains right there. It's everything in one state, and that's, I think, why it's my favorite.
I'm from Virginia as well, Southern Virginia, and I'm that farmland. So it's always weird because we have the coastal, then you got Williamsburg and all that stuff, and then you got Nova, which is a whole different.
I always tell people, I'm just picture this. Virginia's split into two, and it's Nova, and then it's Southern Virginia.
Everything else.
I say that all the time. I'm glad you get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Now, country music has always been good at having amazing women at the forefront. Miranda, Carrie, Tammy Wynette, Pam. I feel like now more than ever with social media, it feels like a lot of spotlights being put on women. Would you agree? A lot more women.
I would definitely agree. I would say that it's kind of a complex topic, but I would say that the point of entry for women is easier now than ever just because of social media. And I think that, but I also think that it's still more difficult to break through a female artist than it is a male artist. But I definitely think that having social media helps a lot with that point of entry, that okay, let me catch your attention real fast. But then it's about keeping them there. It's about the substance that you have after a fan has entered. What do you have to give that makes them want to stay? And I think it's easier for females to have that substance than it is for males. But I also think that breaking through a female is more difficult. So it's just about once you break through, I think it's easy to keep them there.
What do you have to say?
I definitely think like the actual point of entry is easier because of social media, but still more difficult than males, I guess. But I definitely think that it's so amazing and empowering to see all these women that are breaking through today, and they're so deserving and just like so unique. I mean, I feel like with males, maybe just because there's so many of them, it's harder to stand out and be unique.
Yeah.
And a lot of these up and coming males, I think a lot of the general public compare them to someone who already exists. And that might be, the part that keeps people interested. But I think that with females, nobody's doing that really. Nobody's really like, oh my gosh, Carter Faith is just like this person.
Yeah.
Lacey K. Booth is just like this person. Like, they're so unique, and they're amazing girls too. That's the best part about it, is that they're just genuine human beings. And that, I think, makes me the happiest, is when they're like good people. You root for good people, and I'm just really happy that good people are winning right now. So for sure.
Any advice for a younger girl that's about to pursue this music dream?
I always say that it can't be your identity. And if you want to pursue music, you have to know who you are in the Lord's eyes first. And you have to know who you are in your own eyes first. And if you're secure in those things, then it's, you can go ahead and you can keep your head down. And I think that those two things are most important, though, because if you lack those, then you can break really easily, and it's really difficult. And I think this industry is really hard on a girl, and I think it's really hard on everybody. I think it's really hard on an artist. It's really hard on a songwriter. It's not an easy career by any means. I think it's very glamorized and romanticized, and I could sit here and make it look glamorous and lie, but I think that every good thing takes really hard work. And I think if you have God in your corner, and you have your self-confidence and your security in yourself and believing in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. Exactly. You have to believe in yourself the most. As an artist, everybody on your team, you can find people that believe in you, absolutely, but if you're not working the hardest, it won't work. So I think that just having that security in yourself and belief in yourself is like the most important thing.
Beautiful. Last question. What is your favorite song to perform live?
That's hard. Right now, I feel like it's Plenty of Fish, the song that's about to come out, just because it's so upbeat, and I don't have a lot of those in my live set. And we do a little like clapping situation where the audience claps with us, and I love like the interaction with the audience in that song. It's such a live song. So that one I've had a lot of fun with. I would say right now is my favorite, but it kind of changes every time. I feel like
we'll ask you again next year.
Yeah, it would probably be different for sure. I think it changes like every month, maybe.
I'll take it. Ashley, thank you for sitting down with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.